Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 5 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter time. The lessons we're going to cover today are convert time units, add and subtract mixed time units, time zones and time patterns. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Okay, so here I'm on grade 5 math. The chapter we are on right now is convert units. So let's just start with the lesson. Okay, so let me read the question just carefully. That is, how many hours are in 9 days? So you are given 9 days. You need to calculate the hours in 9 days. So we know that in one day you have 24 hours, right? So to calculate the hours in 9 days, you have to do 24 times 9. So 24 times 9 is 216. That means there are 216 hours in 9 days, right? So correct option is 216. How many years are in 8 millennia? So there are 1000 years in a millennium, right? So you have to do 8 times 1 means there are 8000 years in 8 millennia. The correct option is 8000, right? Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Convert 5 days. You need to convert 5 weeks, 5 days into 10. So in 1 week we have 7 days, right? So convert the, where is the, you have 5 weeks here, right? First convert this 5 weeks to days. 7 times 5. That is 35 days, right? You already have 5 days, so 735 plus 5 is 40 days. The correct option is 40 days. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is 40 days. Option is the correct option. 489 minutes. You need to convert. You need to convert 89 minutes to hours and minutes. So first we have to see the in 1 hour we have 60 minutes, right? So you need to divide 189 by 60, right? So 6 times 8 is 48, right? So you have 8 hours and 9 minutes. The correct option is option number 1. That is in 9 minutes. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Convert 2 years and 7 months. So you need to convert it to months, right? So in 1 year you have 12 months. So just multiply it by the 12. So 2 times 12 is 24, and 24 plus 7 is 31. So the correct option is 31. So the correct option is 31 months. How many days are in a normal year, not a leap year? So the correct option is that is 365 days, right? If the year is not a leap year, then you have 365. Option number 1 is the correct option. Leap year is you have Ma- March has, I think, one more day, right? The correct option is 365 days. 214 hours, you need to convert it into days and hours. So when you have to convert it into days and hours, you have to divide it by the 24 hours. One day you have 24 hours, you have to convert it. So divide it by the 24. So the correct option is that is 8 days and 22 hours. Option number 2 is the correct option. Very good. Okay, you can read the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is, that is, add and subtract makes time units. So let's just start with the lesson. Okay, hours 51 minutes, take away 3 hours and 45 minutes. So when you are adding or subtracting the time units, you always add the same units, right? Add or subtract the same. Like you have to do 3 hours 51 minutes, take away 3 hours 45 minutes, you have to do subtract hours from hours and minutes from minutes, right? So 3 hours minus 3 hours is 0 hours, and 51 minutes minus 45 minutes is 6. So you have only 6 minutes, right? Option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? The next one is 6 hours 19 days minus 4 days. So you are not given the hours here. So you just have to subtract the 6 minus 4 is 2 days and 19 hours. Got it? The correct option is 2 hours and 19 hours. 2 days and 19 hours. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Four hours 22 minutes plus 4 hours 25 minutes, you have to add, right? So just add hours to hours and minutes to minutes. So 4 hours plus 4 hours is 8 hours, and then you have 22 minutes and 20, right? So 8 hours and 47 minutes. So that is 8 hours and minutes. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, so the next one is 4 seconds minus 4 seconds is the correct option. That is 30 seconds. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? The correct option is 30 seconds. 2 years, 2 months plus 2 years. So, which is the correct option? That is 4 years and 2 months, right? Option number 1 is the correct option. The next one is 5 weeks, 3 days minus 3 weeks, 3 days. So, which is the correct option? The correct option is 2 weeks. Option number 1 is the correct option, right? 3 days, 8 hours minus plus space 12 hours. So, which is the correct option? You need to them. So, 3 plus 4 is 7. That is 7 days and 20 hours. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is time zones. Let's just start with the next lesson. If it is 3 a.m. in the mountain time zone, what time is it in the eastern time zone? Okay, so you have here is the time zones. 3 a.m. in mountain time zone, right? Then what is the time in Eastern time zone? Here is Eastern time zone, right? So that means Eastern time zone is 2 hour behind the mountain. So if in the mountain, that is 2 hours ahead, not behind. You need to add 3 hours plus 2, that means 5 a.m. it is in the Eastern zone. You here. Eastern has, here you have 4 p.m. and here you have 6, right? That means it is 2 hours ahead. So you need to add 2 to 3, then that is 5 a.m. If here you have 3 a.m., then here you have 5. Let's just start with the test question. Okay, if it is 7 p.m. in the central time, what time is it in the mountain time zone? Okay, so you have 7 p.m. in the central time zone. Hold on, here is central. 7 p.m. in central. You have to find what time is it in the mountain time zone, right? So mountain zone is 1 hour behind, right? So if it is 7 p.m. here, then here you have 6 p.m. The correct option is option number 2. The correct option is option number 2 is the correct option, right? Yes, that is 6 p.m. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, if it's 11 a.m. Eastern time zone, what time is it in the central time zone? So which is the correct option? The correct option is 10 a.m. it is, right? Option number 1 is the correct option. You don't guess, just look like at this. The first one is Pacific Mountains, Central and Eastern, right? If you are looking, if like for example, here you are given 4 p.m. in Pacific, right? So what is the time zone in Eastern? Eastern is 1, 2, 3. So that means 3 hours ahead. Here you have 4, 5, 6, and 7. They all are, if you go like this, they all are 1 hour ahead than the previous one, right? So the correct option is 7 p.m. if it is 3 a.m. in the mountain time zone, what is it in the eastern time zone? So which is the correct option? The correct option is 5 a.m. Option number 1 is the correct option. Very good. The next one is, if it is 10 p.m. in the central time, what time is it in the Pacific time zone? Which is the correct option? That is 8 a.m. Option number 2 is the correct option. If it is 5 a.m. in the Pacific time zone, what is it in the time or in the mountain time zone? So which is the correct option? The correct option is 5 a.m. in Pacific time zone, then in mountain that is 6 a.m. The correct option is 6. Option number D, correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is time patterns. Let's just start with the lesson. Fill in the miss. So you are given the time pattern. You need to find the missing time pattern, right? So to complete the pattern, let's just understand the pattern first. Look for the pattern and then you can find the missing one. So just look at this one, 1:15, 1:30, 1:45. That means every time the time increasing by 15 minutes, right? So for the first, you need to go back 15 minutes. When you go back from 1 to 15 minutes, then the time would be 12:45. The correct option is 12:45. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. You guys are literally amazing. Fill in the missing time. So here you have 10, 10:45, the missing number 12:40, 12:15, and 1. So that means every time the time is increasing by 45 minutes, right? 10 plus 45 minutes is 10:45. So for the next one, you need to add 45 minutes. So that would be if you add 15 minutes, it's 11. And if you add 30 more minutes, that's 11:30. The correct option is 11:30. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? That is 11:30. Fill in the missing time. So which is the correct option? The correct option is the time is increasing by 15 minutes, right? So then 30 plus 15 is 9:45. Option number 1 is the correct option. Fill in the missing time. So which time is missing? The correct option is 12:45. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is this on in the A Plus Students app, teacher? You are asking about this one? Fill in the missing time. 3:30, the missing time. 4:30, 5, 5:30. So which is the correct option? The time is increasing by 30 minutes, right? So after 3:30, you need to add 30 minutes, then that would be 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is the tool I use to write on the screen. Everywhere I can write using this tool. Otherwise, I can only write on the whiteboard, right? If I don't use this tool, I can write only here. But by using this tool, I can write anywhere on the screen. Okay, 1, 2, 3, the missing time, and then is the correct option. The correct option is 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. Fill in the missing time. So, which is the correct option? 15, 2, missing time 3:30, and 4:15. So, which is the correct option? That is, time is increasing by 45 minutes, right? So, that is 2:45. Option number 1 is the correct option. Fill time. So, which is the correct option? Fill in the missing time. So, which time is missing? That is 12. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So, we were working on grade 5 math. Chapter we were working on is time, and the lessons we have covered today are convert time units, add and subtract mixed types, time zones, and time patterns. So, please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you, or either you can write a question in the chat box. I'm here to all your questions and confusions if you have any. So you can please write question in the chat box if you need help with any of the lesson. Any questions? No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.